Alrighty, happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday. We got some promoters on here. It's the 22nd. We already got people promoting, which is exciting. We got people earning shopping sprees. We got people out here just getting it in. And so, oh, I get it. So let's talk. Turn these things off. And here's the thing, if you've never been here before, the whole point of this space is for you to get over whatever it is that's blocking you from making money, like for real. So if you're not using it, that's on you. I made Monday Meetup for myself for accountability. If you don't know why it was created, I created it to get out the house on Mondays. So I would go meet the local crew at a coffee shop or whatever. I would go in there. I wouldn't play no games. I'm sending messages the first hour, and then I'm gonna give what I got for a pork chop, like for real. I'm coming in there, I'm giving the juice that's on my heart and my mind, and then I'm going out and I'm killing the week. So I'm expecting the team to do the same thing. And so that's what the space was for. It was to get your mind right for the week, to get to elevate your thinking, to elevate your thoughts, to be in a great space so that you can have the best week that you desire to have. And so that is the same thing when it comes to this space here. It's the same thing. It's to elevate your thoughts. It's to get out 100 messages. Honestly, I used to be able to eat off 100 messages all week long. Of course, now we do more messages, way more. But I used to be able to eat off those 100 messages all week long, y'all, like for real, because I was still interacting and having parties in person and stuff like that. So let's, let's talk about it. Congratulations to Tamika. I know she promoted too. Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all
And
these
y'all,
early
unless
promotions.
y'all backgrounds are loud, like you're in the room with us. Y'all can unmute and say that you can. We need to hear your voice. I probably never heard your voice before ever. Like
Right.
unmute. I'm sorry. That's permission for everybody. Okay.
No, I'm just excited to see all the early promotions popping off, like just seeing the fruits of the people who show up, the fruits of your labor and stuff, people who come to the room. So like Rachel was saying, it's really important to use these spaces to get what it is that you needed. Like we don't want to waste time. We don't want to waste your time. We don't want to waste our time. Like we're literally coming to the table to eat. And so Monday meetup was like really instrumental for me in just turning my business around. And so I encourage you guys to like really use this space, like really speak up, say what's on your heart and mind. You got questions, you need clarity, like really speak up and use this space because it's when it's gone, when it's gone, y'all gonna be missing it. So get what you got or get what you need so you can make this week amazing. But I'm still shooting for my spot to be in the winner's circle. I got to get my points up, but it's all right because we're going to have an amazing week. So I'm going to be beasting it out with little customers and distributors to get my spot to be in the winner's circle. Is it still 60, 69? No, what is it?
I don't know. It went up though.
It was 7 last night.
No, it's higher
Okay.
than that. I'm gonna look at it.
It's
It's higher. It's gonna keep going
okay.
up every day.
Yeah, it is. So get it in.
It might end up being like 150.
I can see that.
I mean, I'm
Good
just
morning, ladies.
go ahead, Leandra. Hey, girl.
Hey, just saying, with me just starting, I have a whole lot more people I can get, but it's all seasonal. So with doing this and having the practices, I can teach others how to do it because that's where I've always lacked in coaching. Because I can do it, but coaching others to do it because of consistency, because I just know I can do it, is where I struggle. So this is helping me be able to teach others in a way that's easier. And also when my season run out and it's not just popping, like then you have to have the correct things in place still to where you can continue to be consistently producing.
I think level of production is more so. I mean, what are you considering to be production? I think that's the real question here. So, for example, with me, my when I help someone win, I am winning. And I think this is just perspective. I don't have to personally have a win in eSuite for me to be winning. And I think that is so key to building a business. Like you may need to, because like, for example, you got all these newbies, them launching, doing the parties, finishing the newbie cheat sheet, getting their 2 customers, getting their 4 customers, getting their 6 customers, making posts on social media, like going live on social media. Those are wins. And so it's really your perspective when it comes to winning. So it doesn't always have to be, I mean, you want to do the things to continue to grow your business, but to be honest, it's a matter of consistency. I don't think people realize how powerful it is if you are consistent with the right things. Like if you're consistent with the right things, how much it pays off later, it will pay off. And it's not a matter of if I want to do this or not. It's just a matter of this is what I'm doing today. You know, like even for example, with the workout this morning, you know, we have a meeting every morning for the Diamond and Above leaders, and we send out our emails and take care of customers and distributors and things of that matter. And we normally, I'm talking about myself because everybody ain't about their life, but I work out after that meeting. And so I go ahead and I sometimes share for accountability, but it's the consistency of me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you have to decide that what is important in it goes back to newbie circle. What is important in your life? And then how can you win? And winning looks different for everybody. So I'm sorry, but a newbie getting 6 customers and I personally enrolled them, that's $150 for me, and that's volume. And I'm gonna say Ashley, I think she's still on here. Like Ashley, every single loyal I believe that she signed has been a pack because of the newbie cheat sheet. Because of the newbie cheat sheet. That means that the volume is 60 plus for every single customer that she signs, meaning that she's knocking out her own 400 bucks. And so it's just a matter of getting them to do it. But sometimes it takes, you know, I don't know if Coreisha's still on here. Like it takes that they're, because you're doing something that you've never done before, you can kind of feel like, oh, I don't want to make a wrong mistake. I don't want to, you know, so you have to sit on and like actually talk them through everything that they're doing. And you may feel like that's unnecessary, but it is. Like Miss Keisha that's on here, you know, I was able to have a conversation with her and her sister. And I think her sister bought like almost $100 worth of product. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is something that you just really got to shift your perspective on, because you will get better as you consistently do the things to win, period. You just can't become a manager. But at the end of the day, you succeeding in your business makes me successful. And if I can get you up and rolling and I can continue to find my pace of grace in terms of my consistency, that I don't have to be a mass enroller. I just have to, the people who I enroll have to do something.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like how you said at the beginning, I want to say the beginning of or after conference, just not riding the wave, but creating or, you know, controlling the wave. And that's the way to do that, is to stay consistent and do the things that you're supposed to do day in and day out. And just knowing that it's residual work. So what you did today, you might not see it today, but as you consistently move forward, like it will start to harvest in different seasons. So like you said, like it might be a different season for you, but really seasons are perspective, because if you're consistent, like there's no off season really, you know. Like there's planting and harvesting, of course, but there's not really an off season if you're consistently doing the thing. So
and I'm gonna say this too, a lot of people are just afraid to say what they need to say, but it really just makes you a bad mentor. And a lot of times it's a heart check, because you're angry, you're mean, you really don't care if they're successful. You really just care about yourself. Like, do you care about them getting a shopping spree, or you just care about your promotion? That's a heart check. And when you change the posture of your heart, this is how I was ever able to be successful in this business, period. Is I had a click. This was my first light bulb. And this first light bulb is why I'm successful today. That light bulb went off. I remember my husband and I were somewhere. He had a training and I was out being ratchet. I think he said we was engaged, but I went up to where he was for his training, and I had a little more flexibility in my job. So I went up to his training and decided I would work from home for the day. And we had went out to eat somewhere, and it was the end of the month, and we helped someone promote for the first time where we weren't involved. And if I'm not mistaken, it might have been with Robin going executive or something like that, because it was way back in the day. And that was the moment. But it was the click was my friend has an autistic son, and he was her only one back then. She has 2 kids now, but he was her only one back then, and she needed to take him to therapy, behavior therapy, because he was already in therapy because he's autistic. And so with the behavior therapy comes more money and time, right? So you have to cut back your hours. And if your insurance doesn't cover it, because some insurance don't cover behavior therapy, that means you have to come out of pocket. And so it was like, ding, 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 ding. Like if I help my friend make money, not only does it help her, but it helps me. So I don't even really have to focus on myself. Like I have to be smart, because of course I want to look at my chart to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything, right? Because I'm teaching that. And honestly, if I keep my team in mind, knowing that I don't want them to miss out on any money, I'm not going to miss out on any money, because I'm teaching them the same thing, right? Which still keeps my team in mind, which keeps me humble and keeps me in a position of serving. You get what I'm saying? And when that clicked for me, that's when my business changed. It was no longer about me, because I knew as long as I served them, because of how this business works, I will always win. So even now, talking about Brittany, when she's talking about the winner's circle, for me, it's a matter of serving my team. Or even when I went to the ranch for being a top emerald builder, it was serving my team. It was how many people can I help go emerald, right? It wasn't, I did have a number in mind that I wanted to hit for the number of emeralds that I built. But at the end of the day, it's who am I helping go in Ruby this month? Who are these rubies that are, of course, going to give me points? Who are my diamonds, 15 points or however many points it is? Who are my emeralds? Like, and then can I turn up the heat on them, which they need the heat turned up anyway. Like there are bonuses that are leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you leave with any stone unturned? Not unturned. Let me say that. Why would you leave the month and you didn't turn the stone over? You know what I'm saying? Turn the stone over. Like, do more. There is like, and I don't know. I know we're in the season of the stimmy, but at the end of the day, like those stimulus are for some people are already gone. They're gone. They're gone. Okay. And this is why we talk about money the way we do. And this is why it's so important to bring people into this circle, because we don't want people to just have stimulus. Like we want people to actually have substantial income, period, you know, not just in stimulus season. And so when you think about it like that, I know that's a lot. Like it's a lot, but when you elevate your thoughts, it changes everything.
Absolutely.
It changes the way you look at everything.
I have a question if I can. I have like now I think 11 distributors. Only one is working, me and one other person. But it's like when I reach out, I feel like a lot of them get offended, or they're just quote unquote too busy for the business. So I think a lot of them may have signed for that opportunity, but didn't really understand what it entailed. But I just don't know how to get the fire under them to make them move. I don't know what to do.
All right, so this is going to be a loaded response. Okay, you ready? All right, so you got to let me see you now. Go up.
Sorry, I'm at work. I'm
oh, you at work? Okay, you can listen in. Just listen. You gonna be able to listen?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay,
I'm on
okay.
right now,
It's
so
okay if you need to turn it off. We don't want you in trouble now. Keep your job. All right. So here's the thing. I want you to. How many months have you been in this business?
I came back in May of 2020.
2020. So how many months is that?
Nope, I take that back. I'm sorry, May of 2019. So it's been yeah.
How many months?
It's almost 2 years now. So 22 months.
22 times 3 is what?
66.
That's how many distributors you should have enrolled, not your team.
Okay,
You.
okay.
So when you think about that and you think about 11, what do you think?
I'm slacking.
Well, not necessarily slacking, but that's not the focus. That 11 is cute. But the reason why you're so consumed with those 11 is because you're not enrolling.
'Cause I don't have enough. Okay.
Yes. So that's just you. Let's just say you're 3, you enrolled 3, right? So if you say you 66, let's just say that you enrolled in the month that you signed. That's over 100 distributors that should be in your organization.
Okay.
So this 11 is like a joke. And I'm not saying it's a joke because it's praise God for the 11. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is you have to think bigger. And instead of begging people to work, you have to enroll more. The focus every single month is 6 and 3. Why? Because people are going to quit. That it just is what it is. And in the perspective of, and maybe somebody else has something else to share about this, but the perspective of a distributor who feels like they're too busy or whatever, I suggest, okay, a lot of times we view people the way that, so how do I say this? They're probably not offended. You just feel like they're offended.
And I can agree with that because Toya tells me that all the time. Don't feel like you're bugging people. And sometimes I do feel like that. But then in the same token, I think I'm having a problem with increasing my network as well. So I think that may be part of the problem also.
So number 1, I want you to read a book. It's called Unoffendable.
Okay.
I want you to get that, read it. It's going to change your life. Number 2, Host the Post will build your network effortlessly. You have to do it. You have to do it. It's a commitment. The commitment to Host the Post will change your network. It'll change your network. It will 100%, like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I think the matter of Host the Post, a lot of time, and what I'm realizing is people are like, well, I sent out 50 Host the Posts today. Well, number 1, don't send out a Host the Post until people agree to put it up. Don't spam people like that. And I'm not saying you do. But number 2, just because you sent the message means absolutely nothing. I mean, it's a plus that you're sending messages. You know what I'm saying? But do you know how many Host the Posts I have out there? Like, bruh, if everybody today who I've ever sent the Host Post put up a Host Post today, I would probably turn my phone off forever. Like I would have to hire 10 people, okay, to help me. That's how many Host the Posts I have out there. So it's not a matter of how many messages you send to put up Host the Post. It's how many people you can get to put it up a day. So that number of 10 is not sending 10 Host the Posts. That's getting up 10 Host the Posts. And if 10 is too many, it's 5. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Just be consistent. So I love what you're sharing, but to be honest, why am I gonna say but? Because I want to negate it. I love what you're sharing. And to be honest, you just need to enroll, and you probably need to let those people go and just treat them like customers. So that's great.
Okay.
You're too busy. Like, because at the end of the day, I think what everybody has to realize, if you're not winning, why do I want to make time for it? Like,
True.
you're not, I don't see nobody popping on your page. I don't see no stories of people who look like me, have busy lives like me, doing well. I mean, how you juggling it into your life? Why should I do that? Why should I sacrifice? You're not showing me it's worth it.
And the thing that really made me start thinking about it was our last team meeting when you said, why do you have to tell grown-ups or adults what to do when they are in the business to make money and they're not doing what they need to do to make the money? So I get it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I'm glad you said that. Leanne, I saw your hand up, Leandra.
Okay, well, I think at the end of this week, it'll be 2 months I've been in the business. I've enrolled 9 distributors, but at this point, like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna say it. I'm scared to continue to enroll because I don't want to just feel like I'm getting overwhelmed, because it's like, because I'm feeling like, do I need to continue to coach them? Because like with the volume, am I just going off of potential or expectation? Like, that's why I'm getting like kind of scared
No, we don't do fear. First of all, Isaiah 41:10, 2 Timothy 1:7. I think that's right. We don't do fear. So let that go. Put that up somewhere so you can see it every single day. So fear is not a factor. So we're releasing that. And also life and death is in the power of your tongue. But number two, why wouldn't you want the overflow? It's not just you. How many uplines you got? If you feel overwhelmed, you just ask for help. You know that. Like, we'll help you.
Yeah.
We'll
yeah,
definitely help
yeah.
you. We know what we're doing. And to be, I think it goes back to the mental. And I know somebody can speak on it. It's the mental. You see these people, and so you feel like you got all these people. You don't, boo. Half them people, I don't know. I'm just speaking hypothetically. 1/3 of the people ain't even logged into eSuite. They still on commission hold. The other third are ignoring you. Like, you don't have 9 distributors actively working. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, that's awesome. That's a blessing. Let's help every single one of them get one as I continue to work my business. And so I may have an hour. And here's the thing, if you're a leader on here, which is everybody, you start off by leading yourself first, and then you lead a team. But at the end of the day, you should still have work time for yourself. I love to work by myself. I love to work with y'all, but working by myself is my jam. Like, it is, but I also like to be accountable. Like, I like to hold myself accountable to other people, but that's how I teach. I teach by holding myself accountable. It's my teaching style. So the real question here is, do you really have 9 distributors? Right. So why are you worried about enrolling more people? And there's always going to be flops. Like, the world is full of flops. You know, the top income earners told us 97.3. 97% of people will do nothing. 3% will. So until you've enrolled 100 distributors, you ain't found your 3. Ain't that something? Until you've enrolled 100 distributors, you have not found your 3. So what that mean? You need to go enroll some more people, a whole bunch more people, everybody, 50-50, get your roll on. Like, for real, like, that's for me. And I know I found my number, but I've been here a while. Every 10 distributors, I get 1. I don't know, but God just blessed me this past month, okay? Because this March, all 3 of the distributors I signed, and I normally done signed about 6 or 7 by now, but all 3 of them responded and have enrolled their own customers. And I'm like, let's go. Like, maybe I switched my number up. Okay, Jesus, and give me 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I'll take it. But that takes time. I've been here almost 8 years. So somebody got something to say about that? What's up, Janet?
What I was just gonna say that if you haven't enrolled 100 distributors, you ain't found your 3. That's a word. Like, for real, for real. If you have not enrolled 100 distributors, you have not found your 3. Like, man, because so many people be like, well, I enrolled 3 DTs and nobody's working. I'm like, girl, look, I enroll about 10 DTs a month. Do you see 10 new people showing up every day, every month? No. It's just a matter of continuing to go. Like, so you just enroll and the cream of the crop will always rise to the top. Like, you have to go. And then going back to the person talking about, you know, putting the fire up under your team, like, it's literally going to come from you. Like, you are going to be able to create that by inspiring them. So the more that you continue to keep going and working your business and doing what you're supposed to do, like Rachel said, they don't see anybody winning. They don't see anybody, like, they don't even see what you doing. Like, they're not seeing the value of putting their time or prioritizing the business. So you're going to have to show that. And the way that you do that is continuing to go, because we say it all the time. I was one of the people that wasn't going, but if Rachel had to stop going and sit down, I wouldn't be here today.
Let me tell y'all what not going mean. Brittany, why yesterday, last night, I feel like it was in my dream. I don't know why, but I had a dream about Amber's wedding, and I was like, Brittany was there, like, but we were not, like, you know, cordial, but I was like, Brittany was black back then. Jesus. I love it, y'all. But I was like, this girl was, but what's so crazy is that like when I think about your commitment now, like you was still cool people, you just wasn't in that world. And I was in La La Land. Okay, I said at the beginning of okay, we was on like it was maybe it was a party bus. I don't know. Was we on a party bus? I think we were. And I sat at the front of the bus, okay, because I don't associate with them people at all, okay. But Brittany in the back, kicking it with her folks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They turned up. I'm just paying attention to Amber, and I'm like, oh, I just love Brittany. But it's just like, Brittany, it's so much more out here for you. But I didn't say nothing to her about the business at the whole wedding. Like nothing. I just let my life speak for me. You get what I'm saying? Like I let my actions speak for me. These are people I went to high school with. First of all, I never liked them, but still, I could have faked because it was Amber's wedding. But I decided because my bridesmaids better faked like they liked each other during my wedding time, okay? But I had high expectations. And Ashley, I see your hand. But I think like one of the big things for me was like I have to maintain who I am and be nice regardless of what's going on. And then I even think about like Brittany's weight loss journey since she's been serious about it all, or even with Robin, because when Robin was my maid of honor for my wedding, and my wedding like was paid for because of It Works. And even now, the transformation of their entire lives because of the commitment level is so different. Like it is so different. They were nice people back then, like very nice people, loyal people, like very dependable and things of that nature when it came to just in general. But when it came to the business, they just weren't there. But at the end of the day, I had to keep going. I had to press forward, right? Because back then, Amber was actually somebody who was in the business and working. And so that's where my mind is. And so you still cool peoples, but at the end of the day, I got money on my mind. Okay. I got paying off, well, I had paying off debt. I had paying my bills on my mind. Okay. I had paying for childcare, paying for tuition. Like I had all that stuff on my mind, and it's always on my mind. Okay, like Georgia state of mind. Ashley, what you got before we because we'll just keep going back and forth. I don't even know why I was thinking about that. It was crazy. It was on my mind. I don't know.
Honestly, I was just gonna go back. I don't know who was talking, but she felt like she was overwhelmed, and me, I feel like if I'm not overwhelmed, that I ain't doing nothing. So when I feel like I got all them host to post popping, like my phone just be dinging. I'd be like, okay, I done did something for today, because the sister is overwhelmed. Like, oh my goodness. But I just want to tell you to keep on pushing. And I'm the quiet one. Like I usually listen in. I really seldom talk. But each month my volume has been going up. Like I am so excited over here because I started out with like 300 volume, and then the next month it went up to 400, and then last month it was 850. I woke up this morning and it was at 1,000. I was like, what? But anywho, I just wanted y'all to keep on pushing, and them host to post is life, guys. Like all of my lawyer customers, I'ma say at least 85% came up from host to post. I don't know these peoples at all. I only know maybe 3 of my lawyer customers, for real, for real. So your host to post is life. Just get them out there. Like I just keep going. They tell me no, and I just be like, okay, moving to the next until I find some yes. But yes, if you're not overwhelmed, I'm gonna say you're not working, point blank. You want to be overwhelmed. That's all.
Terry, I know you had something too. Thanks for sharing that, Ashley.
Okay, well, with piggybacking off of what Ashley said, I definitely can relate to that. And I had to be overwhelmed and also be slightly in my feelings about it, because it was like, okay, well, what do? I did all the things, and now I got to do the other thing, which is follow through with the thing. So like, I had to get over like feeling like, okay, it's a lot. I did a lot. What do I do? But now I know what to do. And but what I initially raised my hand for was because I was just wanted to say that I was excited about the week coming, because I know that I have a promotion coming up. I know that I do, and I've been working really hard with a new distributor. I'm very, very proud of her. And it took 11 enrollments to get the one who was going to work, and for me to know that number of 11 to 1 makes me look like kind of just get that out a little bit faster, like, to invite at least 11 people to the opportunity Zoom that's going on tonight, and then out of the 11, let's see if anyone is like ready to go tonight. And then if that person's ready to go, then okay, just do the math at that point. So it really is becoming comfortable with the law of averages for that. But I wrote down a couple of things, which was, hold on, baby, hold on. Which was, so I've been doing the vocal affirmations on my phone. And one of them was, for this year was I really wanted to become, go over there, babe. I really wanted to be comfortable, was not comfortable, I really wanted to, my daughter is throwing me off mentally. So I really wanted to elevate mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, get it all together. So with the Blessed Life that was going on, I went out and bought that book that they're talking about for, getting your finances together and tithing and things like that. Stop, babe. And I just got my therapist. So I'm really happy about that, to get my mental together. And like physically, I've been working out, using the Peloton, working out twice a day since I'm doing the 75 hard. And I had to restart a couple of times, but still doing it. And it just makes me feel good to know that I'm getting all these things together, especially making a budget, and just being being really in my bag with my whole self, so like just putting that whole, like the financial boundaries together outside of the stimulus and things like that, just really being present for what is necessary and how to, operate with what I have before I get blessed with more. So that's what I wanted to share. And my consistency has definitely, I made a declaration to myself the beginning of last week, which was like, okay, I'm going to do like there's that checklist that you guys put up there in the Money Squad. I was going to do that every single day. And I had to give myself grace for the days that I couldn't, because I was sick last week. So yeah, every day been checking stuff off and making it a priority. That's why I know that I'm going to promote this month. So there's that.
That's great. Leah.
I just wanted to say that I am thankful for you ladies. I started about maybe going on 5 months ago. And when I started, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was a procrastinator. Like, I was the biggest procrastinator. And I would get up here and I'll be like, I'll ask Rachel and I'll ask Brittany, and I'll be like, well, it's not working and this is not doing that. And the first thing they'll say, well, is you doing this? Did you do this? And I'll be like, I did it this way. I didn't do it that way. And they were like, well, I'm gonna need for you to go do this. Like, they was on me, like right on rice, they was on me. And then like Tiffany, now remind you, neither one of them is my enroller. Shania is my enroller, and she's in the business, but she's not really in the business. She kind of got life going on. So I used Tiffany, and when I couldn't get in touch with Tiffany, or Tiffany wasn't on one of the meetings, I would use Rachel, and I would use Brittany. And then I started getting in touch with Melanie. And like, when I say you ladies, like, I'm now to the point where I get up in the morning and I post. Sorry, my daughter wants Easter eggs. I get up now and like I post. Like, when I started, I didn't have no customers. Like, nobody supported me. Everybody thought that this was just not gonna work, because I'm, like I said, I'm the biggest procrastinator ever. Like, so everybody was like, yeah, this is just something that you're gonna do temporarily. Now I am literally 38 points away from 400 club, and I am like totally excited. Like, I literally cried this morning because I was so excited when I seen that, like, wait, hold on, I did that? And then I was on with Lakeisha this morning, and Lakeisha was just telling me, like, look, I was like, I need everybody to hold me accountable. Like, I have 10 days. I need to be held accountable. Like, only thing I need to do is do 400 subs and do my follow-ups. Like, I need my customer to make my sample customers my loyal customers. And that's like something that I really have a hard time with. But as long as y'all stay consistent, like, these ladies will help y'all. Like, they have brought me like a really long way, because I really did not believe in myself when I started. And now I wake up every morning and I truly believe in myself that I can do it. So I just want to say thank y'all and just stay consistent.
I just want to say that was confirmation for me. Thank you.
You're welcome, baby.
Yeah, so cute. That was great. Leah,
Some after.
Leah, wipe your camera off. Okay. Wipe. Nope, with a shirt. This is just that. Oh, praise him. Oh. Go ahead, Robert.
Lord Jesus. Okay, so
Be clear now. No, now that's real friendship. Okay, I'm serious, because there wasn't nobody else gonna tell you was blurry like that. And I'm like, unless your Android cracked in the middle, like and you probably got an iPhone. Don't you got an iPhone?
Nope, I got an Android.
Yeah, you're right. I remember. But it don't even matter. Your camera just needs to be wiped off. It's all good.
No, I'm on my laptop, and my daughter's using my laptop. So thank you. See?
Oh gosh, I just wanted to speak really quick on just my challenges, and I want to say that I had to really challenge with like being an overcomer. Like, I feel like I've been declaring it, I'm an overcomer, 1%er, woo, you know. And this last week and a half, like, I've really been challenged on it. Like, I've been getting rejection. No, host the post, no. Customers, no. And I'm just like, okay. And I usually can pivot, like, hey, okay, no to the customer, can you put a host post up? No. I'm like, okay. So like I've been having that a lot. And I'm like, you know what? I was like, thinking of It Takes What It Takes, the book. If you haven't read that, you just need to read it. Like, it just, and having neutral thinking, like really thinking of solutions. So I'm like, okay, they said no to everything. Let me steal their friends. Go ahead and swipe delete them, and then going to somebody else. Staying up, I stayed up late. Like, I stayed up late. I'm like, look, it's gonna take what it takes. Like, I do have boundaries. I do go to sleep, you know, I'm working on my sleep, but I was like, listen, I have to get some host posts. I have to get something going, some traffic going. So literally putting my head in a space of like, if somebody says no over here, go here. If somebody's saying no, go to their network. You know, if they got 4,500 friends and they're not willing to put a host post up, add 20 to 25 of their friends, like use their network. And I actually kept that person on, because this week I'm gonna add 10 to 25 more of their friends. Like, I'm going to get that network regardless if you're going to put the host post up or not. So literally I've had to like shift in perspective. And like now, like yesterday I finally got some people saying yes to host posts. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Like, I know, I'm like, this week is going to be a record breaking week for me. Like, I even told Rachel, I was like, I only have a certain amount of loyal customers. That's not okay for me. Like, because I set a standard for myself, and I'm like, listen, I need to go back to these people. I done went back to January. I done went back to last summer. Like, I'm going back to whatever I need. You ready now? You know? So literally just encouraging you guys to shift the focus. Like, if you're getting no's, go to their network. Like, if they're saying no to everything, business, product, distributor, add their friends. Like, add their friends. Like, do what it takes, whatever it takes, and stay solution focused.
Yes, being solution focused is like really big. But it comes when you've made your mind up. and you've made the decision that you're going to get it done. And so that's what allows you to stay in a space of being solution focused, because you've already made it up in your mind, and your mind is going to do things and come up with ideas and come up with things to support the decision that you've already made up in your mind. And so if you've made it up in your mind and it's going to happen, your mind is going to look for solutions. It's going to look for the ways to make it happen. But if you haven't made it up in your mind, you've given yourself an out, and it's going to highlight things and come up with things that's going to shift you or highlight the out or why you should stop or why it's not going to happen. So you have to make it up in your mind that it's done. And that's how you're able to be solution focused. Because I know when any promotion season, it's like, it's done. Or like anything, when I make up my mind, like it's done, like it's, oh, that didn't work. Okay, well, we finna try this. Oh, that did work. Okay, so I'm finna do this next time and this. And like, it's like the pivot is just there because you've made it up in your mind. You've made a decision that it come hell or high water, it's going to come or it's going to happen. And so that's what allows you to be solution focused. Like, I don't know. Robin, that was good. I'm so glad that you said that, because that's what it takes. Like, that's a part of it. That's a piece of it, because you're going to come up against obstacles. You're going to come up against no's, and you can't allow that to take you out. You have to, or you're going to come to a season to where you feel like you can't get any host post up or it's dry. But being in a place of it's done, just like I said, allows you to pivot and allows you to think outside the box and think of other ways to get to your goal.
Also, it's making sure that you're not going to your team to necessarily fill your cup. You can't go to your team and you're already discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, their job is not to fill your cup. You're supposed to go with them you're supposed to go to them with a full cup so you can pour, not to receive. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't fill your cup, but at the end of the day, you have to be prepared. And so when you are having those discouraging moments, or the moments where you're not really getting the results that you desire, you can't go to them. You cannot. You better make sure your cup is running over before you go to your team that is 9 times out of 10 less confident, less excited, less whatever, all of the above. Your confidence should be that much higher. And they should, as much as you can be transparent and know that, you're human and that you feel certain things too, at the end of the day, they look at you as the example or the epitome of success when it comes to this business. And so you want to maintain that. And it's not that you don't have any good and any bad days, but if you're always discouraged and talking to them negatively, then how in the world do you think that your team is ever going to be successful? Like, for example, my husband is a basketball coach, and if he was listen, I don't even want to talk about Coach Lee, but okay, I'm not. All right. But if Breon, because they have a coach that you have to have the mindset, you have to have a winning mindset when it comes to your team. You just do. As a coach, you have to always, I don't care if you think you're going to lose, you better act like you think you're going to win, because as your team, we are depending on you to cast the belief on us. So if you feel like you're going to lose, you better talk to somebody else about that, but you better show up to us like we can beat them. We thinking about this. I don't know if any of y'all watch basketball, but we're doing we do it every year in our house, the NCAA tournament. And listen, the upsets are real, okay? Like, God is winning. I don't know if y'all realize this, if y'all pay attention, but the Christians are showing out because God said it was time. And so the Christian organizations are upsetting teams that they could never, and they are. So let me tell you, it all comes with the belief that they can do it. And sometimes, can we just talk about this? Sometimes people walk into situations as if it's already done. And I'm not saying like in a good way, I'm saying in a bad way. So Like, for example, I may come in, how we saw it happen to SLU. I don't know if y'all know this, but St. Louis University, they were the #1 seed in the lower bracket. There's the NCAA March Madness, and then there's like a smaller bracket, and SLU was the #1 seed, and they walked in there like we are the #1 seed. And when you walk in there, several people, okay, a lot of people came in there like, I am the #1 seed. And just because you're playing number 14 does not mean that you don't give maximum effort, okay? So when I'm looking at Gonzaga, when they like, why they need to score 100 points? Because they're the #1 seed. Like, you play every single game like it's your last game. It does not matter. Like the guy said, one of the guys said, it's March. Anybody can get hot. Like, we have to execute everything that we're doing. And so when you come to your business every single day, you have to come in not with the arrogance that I am a Ruby. Like, it's with the humility of, I'm going to do the work, and I believe that the work is going to get me to where I am because I go to the gym. I lift the weights. I show up for practice. We hit the boards. We execute on a high level. We have meetings. I do the things. I have host to post out. I have messages out. I have the seeds in the ground. And so I don't walk in arrogance like, what are you talking about? Like, I could be out here like I'm an ambassador diamond. That's not smart. You walk in humility as you do the work, and your confidence is in God alone. It is in God alone and God's strength to empower you to do the things. And so I'm telling you, because let me tell you, with March Madness, you can tell you thought this game was going to be easy because they're the number 12 seed. So you thought because you was #1 that you was going to come in here and kill it. Like, you thought that this game was going to be easy, and you got knocked out. Like, you probably had your bags packed to be here for a month. Bruh, you going home, So that's the same thing, having this arrogance of, oh, I'm doing the things. Like, I'm doing the things. I'm doing the things. So yeah, you can have the mindset that God is going to show out. But at the end of the day, like, you have to put forth your maximum effort. Maximum effort. Like Robin said, like, there are days that you have to go above and beyond. You can't be like, all right, I sent my 100 messages on Monday meetup. I ain't doing SDPD PMF. Like, what? No. What are you talking about? No. It takes what it takes. So hopefully that, I felt that I ran track. Good. Yeah. And sometimes the competition can be different. Because you think you're walking into one type of competition, but you see it's something totally different. And you can't base how you respond necessarily based on your competition. You just have to give your maximum effort in what you prepared for. The question is, are you prepared? That's the real question, because it's harvest time. It's legit harvest time. People have taxes, people have stimulus, like, it is harvest season. So you need to just be going over and above. If you ain't never went live, you better start today. I don't care if you're uncomfortable. So you better start today. You better start today. I don't care if you've never showed your face in your story. You should start today. Today you should start. If you've never went through the launch pad and got to the extra sauce, you need to go look at it today. I've had so many people ask me about posting, and it's like, have you been through the extra sauce? There's no way. Go to the extra sauce and it'll talk to you about posting. You. Because that's what posting is all about, because people want to know who you are. Look, if you walk around in your house with a bonnet all day, well, boo, post your bonnet, because that's who you are. I'm just saying. Maybe it make you want to level up in life, because I post my bonnet all the time. Got me all the way to presidential diamond. Okay? I'm just saying. I was just raw and authentic. I'm not lying. Telling the truth. And that was one of the things that people loved a lot. Like, they loved about who I was, is I'm not going to stop being who I am just to appease to you. I'm not going to fit an image of who you think I'm supposed to be. Now, does that mean I'm not going to get better? Yes, I get better. Yes, I have increased the standards for myself. But at the end of the day, I will be Rachel. And as I evolve and become better, I'll just be me. And if that's you, then be you. Because a lot of times people are out here putting on a show and people don't want a show. They want a show, they watch TV. Yeah. I think
Hey,
it's time. Oh, go ahead.
so real quick, on top of everything, because y'all just giving life up in here. One of the things I just wanted to share with everyone was, if you didn't see Pastor Todd's sermon from yesterday, go watch it. He started off the sermon; it was amazing, and he connected it to basketball, as Rachel was just talking about. But he made an analogy, and as me being a basketball player, and I've played basketball since the 3rd grade, it really, really sunk in even more. Like, it's just another confirmation for me. But he was talking about, like, in elementary kids, like when they play basketball, they're not looking for them to be like the best scorer in elementary, is participation. But what connected to me was, we're not going to look at an elementary kid and expect them to be like LeBron James and doing those type of things. Elementary is participation. So yeah, you did in my mind, it was like, you did your post, you did this, you did your SDPMF. That's just participation. But then, like, in high school, it's dedication. Like, it's a different level, like the different levels. So like high school is like dedication. So what are you dedicated to? Like, what are you gonna do? Like Robin was talking about, it takes what it takes. And I was like, I'm like, all right, like I ain't gonna lie, this past week I had a 3. I said, I am not going to bed without a loyal customer. And then I got my loyal customer at 2:30 in the morning. Like, all right, now we can go to sleep. Like, so, and I'm not saying like stay up doing nothing like that, but it was just like, for me, I was like, I gotta switch some things. I gotta win. Like, I got the dedication, like I gotta win. And then like with college, he was talking about like separation. Like, everybody don't get a college scholarship. Like, you gotta separate yourself, and what are you gonna do? Like, you gotta spend more time in the gym. You gotta do the same consistent thing. He talked about what's his name? Steph Curry, how like even he shoots the exact same shot, like doing the same thing day. It doesn't get boring, but just doing the same thing is like, you can't allow it to get boring if you're gonna become and want that, do that professional level type stuff. And like he also mentioned and talked about like focus. And so like with me, I'd be like, oh, I'm watching basketball. It's like, no, you need to cut that out and focus. And I noticed like just paying attention to those triggers for me, and I'm just sharing for me this week, is like, I noticed with a lot of noise, I can't focus. I noticed like even with even the radio or something, is like you get distracted and you gotta pull that out. And it's like, you need to pull it out quicker, so that way you can focus and get it done. Cause like, you get the stuff done, you go far, you feel accomplished, but you gotta, like, you cannot have too many people around you. Like, I promise you, last week I found it way more peaceful that I kept my phone on do not disturb like the whole week. Like, my mama knew, she was like, okay, I know how to get it. Like, everybody's starting to learn, like, oh, we got to call Cassandra twice if it's something like that we really need to talk to her about. And so it's just like trying to eliminate those things and really putting things into practicality for me this past week. That's what it was. Because I experienced a lot of that no stuff this week, and I was like, oh no, like what? But just having to pivot. So I was just encouraging y'all, like, you want that professional, you want the Rachel, you want the LeBron. Kids in elementary want to be that superstar, but it takes what it takes, as Robin was talking about. And so just, you guys got it, get it done. That was for me too.
Look, Ashley, you better learn how to play double dutch. You jump in.
Okay, so actually, honestly, guys, I just need a little help. I'm prepping for places that I've never been before. Like, I ain't never been a millionaire, so I need some, Rachel, I'm gonna need your help, because when I get a millionaire, I'm not gonna know what to do, okay? I am working on my credit. I haven't had good credit because I was not taught the importance of your good credit. So I have been building my credit, and I got my little first credit card coming on. Somebody up here can help me to teach me exactly what I need to do. Like, I've been disputing stuff off my credit and stuff. Like, there's nothing else I can dispute. I just need to build up my credit now. Like, so if anybody can just reach out to me and just give me some good tips, I would appreciate that. That's all.
Oh, we can link you up with somebody, and we have Money Right coming up on Tuesday. So make sure you're on the Money Right, and I'll make sure we add in some credit stuff into that. So good. I'm glad you shared that. Yes, we will help each other along the way. Tiffany, you had something? Tiffany, she hopped off. Oh, looks like it. I don't know what she had. Yes, it's good. All right, we got 10 minutes left. What y'all got? Icing on the cake.
So I'll go. So this morning, Rachel, she simply asked me, did I have a master plan? Like, did I have a game plan? And still working on that, I'll be honest. I know what I need to do. I just got to do it. And I think that's a place where we're all at. Like, we know what we need to do. We just have to do it. When I look at my chart, it's solution focused, just like we talked about. Don't look at who's not working. Look at what can be done and go after it. Just like Robin said, it takes what it takes. Like, go after it. I think we all know what needs to be done. So just do it. Yes, being focused and asking for clarity and stopping, asking, praying to God, like, God, listen, I'm confused right now. My thoughts, my thoughts are not yours, but I need some of your thoughts. So just asking those simple prayers and just asking for that clarity that we need. So if you don't have a plan, get it now, reach out to your upline, say, hey, what if I'm overlooking or if I'm not seeing it, what can be done to finish this out? Because like last night I was listening to the family call. And he, of course, they said 10 days, but it's not 10 days. We don't wait till the last minute. We do not wait till the last minute. It's more like 7 to 8 days. So it's like you have till Friday or Saturday to complete it. So if you don't have a plan, come up with one and be solution focused. Like, just, it takes what it takes and be solution focused. So those are the two things that I'm leaving this Zoom with. Like, it takes what it takes. So go above and beyond, do the things and look at what can be done and focus on that, because when you focus on what can be done, you do it. So.
Hey y'all. So I just wanted to pop in and say, we are all right now like on this path to greatness, right? Like it's this path, this destiny that we're all on, and so many things are happening so great in so many of our lives and our businesses, and the devil definitely comes to like steal, kill, and destroy, and he will throw everything in your path to try to stop you, to try to knock you off of that focus. But just stay focused, stay committed. Don't give up, right? Like, don't give up. I text Rachel the other day. I ended up having to have an emergency surgery, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, every time I'm on the brink of a promotion and I have this groove going, like something happens, right? Like something happens, but just using that as, what, I'm going to use this as my story for whatever reason. This is supposed to be my testimony, right? Like, it's supposed to be my testimony that through it all, like, we can accomplish everything. So just setting your focus on what you want and going after it, like, and not giving up, and know that you are still destined for greatness. You're destined for more, no matter how much the enemy tries to throw in your path and in your way.
It's so good. So good. Yes, girl, let's knock it out. Let's get her done. I'm excited about it. It just kind of takes you back to just keep swimming. The real question is, are you swimming like the instructor told you to swim? That's the question. Are you out here doing, I don't even know, people who teach themselves how to swim, they just be out here doing whatever. They tread in water, look like, I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. but y'all know what I'm talking about. They just be looking like the worm or something. They don't have no form, no moving back and forth. Yeah, kicking it. I don't know. You're right. Are you just kicking, flailing? Right. Just doing what works, you know what I'm saying? Instead of doing what it is. Cause that technique is, it takes time to build muscles, right? Because, you know, if you've ever done swimming lessons before, you get tired, but as you consistently do it every single time you go into the water, because they make you do it once you get to a certain level, I don't even know, it's been a while, but I used to be able to tread water for a while because my muscles were strong, you know. It just became first nature. When I hopped into the water, I would tread water. It was a normal thing because of what I've been taught and the consistency of doing the things, right? So that's the SDPD PMF. It's just what you do. It's first nature. People ask me, like, I can, you know, if I'm taking my phone into the bathroom, like I can, on a potty break, I can send my 50 follow-ups, or I can send them in increments of 25 just by going to a bathroom break, because it's something that I know I have to get done, you know. It's just first nature for me. I can post throughout the day. If I'm posting today, you know, I can post throughout the day. It's very simple to do. It's not difficult. It becomes first nature to do those type of things. And if it's not first nature, it's because you're not consistently doing it, or you may be overthinking it. Because at the end of the day, if you've been swimming for a while, you don't have to think to tread water. It's an automatic response. Does anybody in here know how to swim? Been through swim lessons? It's an automatic response to tread water. Like if I was to jump off the diving board into the deep, I would automatically tread water before I swim over to the side. So I would catch my breath and then I would swim over. Shout out to everybody who can't drive. You know, adults take swim lessons too. Okay, Brianna. Adults take swim lessons too. You learn how to swim, but it's first nature. And so the real question here is, are you swimming the way you've been instructed, or are you out there looking a hot mess? And if you're out there looking a hot mess and your teacher and instructor has taught you better, don't claim them. Don't put my name on that. I am not your leader, okay? Out here doing janky stuff. I'm just playing. Anybody got anything else? We're gonna close it out. It's gonna be a great week, guys. Great week. Be encouraged. Trust the process. Just keep swimming. Do the things. Don't be claiming me. All of a sudden issues come up. Stephanie is right. Something comes up. Something that's life, though, you know. That just goes back to the serenity prayer and having that, you know, I tell people all the time, put the serenity prayer right in front of you. You got to accept the things you cannot change. You have the courage to change the things you can, and then pray for the wisdom to know the difference. There's some things you can't control, but you can control the things you can control. And a lot of times we become victims in situations instead of controlling the things that we can control. It's crazy. I think about, you know, actually, I guess, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe back almost 6 months ago, I had found out some things that were going on in my body, and I could easily been like, man, this is a reason. Like, this is a reason. Like, I could straight shut down like people, but it became just ammunition, because at the end of the day, I have finances to do things that people could not ever do. Like, they just couldn't. People, I think about my infertility battle. Most people would have never did the things that I did because they couldn't afford it. Let's just be clear. Like, they couldn't afford it. Most of the tests that I took for infertility, it's crazy. I was talking to my friend and she was like, talking about how most people who have experienced miscarriages and things like that, they just chunk it up as a loss. It's just what happens. You know what I'm saying? Oh, women just have miscarriages and stuff like that. I can guarantee probably about 75, maybe 60%. I'll give you 50% of people on here have had a miscarriage. And you never went and found out what was going on with your body. It was just, oh, the baby just, you know, it just didn't make it. No, 9 times out of 10, like, some are spontaneous. But mostly it's probably something going on in your body, but you never took the time to figure it out because who has finances for that? Who does stuff like that? My insurance won't cover that. Like, and then even when it comes to doctors, most OBs won't even refer you to a specialist, because if you need a referral, most won't even refer you until they've been aware that you've been trying for a year. So they have to be aware that you've tried for a year before they even they even refer you to a specialist. So it's so much to that, where of course I'm gonna be loud about that. No, it's not normal to have miscarriages. Yes, there's probably something going on in your body. Yes, you can have the finances to find out what's going on in your body, because there's a lot of people out here who desire to have kids. Then are you even going to the doctor of your choice? Are you going to a doctor just because that's who your insurance will take? And that's not just infertility, that's everything. I went to my doctor and I was like, I'm tired. Okay, I'm not pregnant. What's going on? He was like, you got to go to your OB to get a vitamin D test. No, baby, I'll pay for a vitamin D test. Just order it. And he was like, no. So what did I do? I found a holistic doctor. Found out my vitamin D was so low, like it was like dangerously low. So that's what money and finances will give you. So it's not a matter, like speaking about what Terry said and what Stephanie said, it's not a matter of these situations being something that will deter you. It should really inspire you and motivate you, because I want to be able to pay for whatever comes my way. You know, think about Erin. If y'all don't know who Erin Tweed is, she's been very open and honest about her entire life and everything that they've been through. Most of it, I know some stuff behind the walls, but a lot she shared. And easily with the cleft palate, it could have been like, my life is over. Like my son is about to be born with a cleft palate. Like after I just battled with infertility, like I just battled infertility. God wants to bless me with another baby with a cleft palate. Like I'm out, bro. Like I don't feel like dealing with none of this. But she decided to fight back. It makes me think of Mark, 2 claps. Like you get knocked down, you get back up. You get knocked down, get back up. It's 2 claps. Where's the second clap? You're going to get knocked down. Like that's inevitable. It's just life. The Bible says in this world, you will have trouble, but take heart because I've conquered the world. But it's your willingness to get back up. And when you get back up, you can fund it. Pay for a treatment that costs almost $4,000 in cash. It's paid for. Paying for Erin, paying for, I don't even know how much it costs a lot of money. I do know that because they paid out of pocket and insurance reimbursed them for what they would cover. But it wasn't me waiting around to see. This is how debt accumulates, right? Debt accumulates when you go to the doctor and you say, okay, just bill me, or let's see what the insurance covers. It's no, I'm paying the bill in full. And then they can send me a check to reimburse me. That's how white people do it. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. In this business, they pay the bill and then they get reimbursed. But you got to have money to pay the bill, and you can't have money to pay the bill if you ain't showing up. I'm just saying, ain't no money coming. You got unlimited weekly bonuses. How many distributors have you signed? If you sign 3, that's $450. What can that cover? What can that cover? It makes me think about even with people passing away. People passing away, you dealing with families that don't even have insurance. Can you cover it? Can you cover it? Can you take the bill? You with everybody else crying and then stressed out about how stuff's gonna get paid for and taken care of. Accumulating debt it's not necessary. Because maybe we should have thought about the fact that everybody gonna die, right? So maybe everybody should have life insurance. I'm just saying. Maybe that's a conversation that you need to have with yourself first and then with everybody in your family. It's just leveling up. And when you level up your mindset and you level up your circle, it'll take you to new places. The people that I rock with, adversity comes all the time. They just respond different. They respond different. You'd be surprised what the top, I say 50, I said top 50. I mean, I know more than that, but top 25, the stuff that's going on in their life, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Like you think it's peaches and cream up there just because they got good checks. Baby, they got ammunition that's pushing them to them good checks. I think about Jade and all the discourse she had in her family. Like, bruh, they was coming for her. They were coming for her, talking about her, and then they was coming for her like, I'm talking about you, but can I get $5? Where my $5 at? It'd be like, bro, you talking about me? Like, why would I give you $5? Like, what's going on? It don't even make sense. It's a different world. It's a different world to decide that you are an overcomer. And it kind of goes back to Saturday, that you have to say it and believe it and walk in it, even if you are becoming. I don't care who in your family don't support it or don't believe it. And if people keep reminding you of who you used to be, you need to get away. That's on you to stay in them circles. And I don't care if you live with them. If you live with them, that's the bubble of peace. Stop settling for the okie doke. That's the okie doke. Stop settling for it because you desire more. And actions speak louder than words, right? If actions speak louder than words and you say you desire and deserve more, why? Your actions are not saying that you desire more. Your messages are not saying that you desire more. Your posts are not saying that you desire more. So the real question is, who's the fake here? Like, is it you or is it the business? Like, who is it? And once you decide and take ownership, you get to switch it up. And I'm gonna tell you what, for every downfall that you have in your life, it's really just, I believe that it's a blessing from God to truly get your life together, right? So, like, I don't know, I mean, with Stephanie's situation, now I'm going over a little bit, but I don't know, it might be a wake up to, I don't know, the doctor she going to, maybe the test that she might have been feeling some pain beforehand and would be like, I'll go see that later. I don't know. I've never had an appendix issue before, but like, even for me, like when something happens and you're not able to cover things financially, maybe you need to reevaluate your whole financial, like all of it. And instead of taking a moment and evaluating your situation, most people be like, it's okay, let's just keep moving. Let's just act like it didn't happen. Let's just go past it. No, stop and figure out what's going on. Maybe your bills are bigger than your money and you need to get rid of some stuff. Maybe you need to downsize. Maybe you need to go on a spending freeze. Maybe if you don't have no food stamps, you should find somebody who has them since you're still associated with them. So you can take food out your budget. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know exactly what it is that's going on. Maybe you need to learn how to start saying no. Have you went through how much money? Some people, it's your kids. I don't know. It's your kids. Your kids take your money. Start telling them no. No, you can't have that. No, you can't have a new toy. You got 50 million toys. No, you can't have a new game. Them games cost $70. Play the game you got. Go cut some grass. You can't afford that. Stop trying to act like you're balling. You're not. And I'm saying that's what the stimulus season will do to people. That's what the tax season will do to people. You don't have that money. Stop acting like that just because you have this blessing that came into your life. You cannot maintain this. And that's not saying don't do something nice. But at the end of the day, are you living for the moment? Or are you living for where your person 5 years from now? Because your person from 5 years from now is looking at you like, bruh, like you cannot become me by acting like that. That's crazy. I don't know. Pastor Todd was talking about, I forgot who was talking about, it had to be Todd, was talking about like the trips and stuff. I don't know, maybe it was Hannah. Like, I don't know, talking about the trips. Like, you don't have money for that. You don't. And I know your friends like, oh, you whack. Okay, be whack. First of all, the virus, like, chill out. Be whack. So, I don't know. Adversity is always going to come. But the question is, what can you learn from the adversity so that you can create a bit better cushion for your business, for your life, for your marriage? Like when marriages start to have issues, 9 times out of 10, there were underlying things that were there that needed attention before the issue started to happen. When your kids are clowning, there were underlying issues. There were underlying issues, right, that needed to be addressed. And instead of, oh, woe is me, it's like, what are these issues and how can I take control of them? For example, my son with his asthma, every year we were in the hospital. I had to figure out a way. And maybe Breon, that's why we moved, because my husband was asking why we moved to a townhouse. We moved to a townhouse, my son and I, and it was a newer townhouse that was cleaner and better. Like it was more space and all that. It might have been because I needed to get out that old apartment because my son was allergic to dust mites. Solution focus. But when I have the extra income coming into my household, what can I do? I can afford it. I can afford it. Car broke down. Can you afford it? Because something is going to happen. When my car broke down, y'all, normally I would have to call my daddy. I used to tell this part of my granddaddy, part of my story. I didn't have to call I called him just for advice, but not for his money. Because I had money. I had money coming in so that I could pay a car note. So it's going to come. It's going to come. It's going to come. It's going to come. So, yep. Oh, wow. 7 miscarriages. Yep. That's real. That's rough. That's rough. Anybody else? That just made me think of that. Even that. It made me think, yeah, I had a doctor that I had been going to for years. I fired her because of how she treated me. And I did not care what I had to pay. I didn't care. And a lot of us settle because we're so concerned with finances and resources and I'm on Medicaid. Like, no, keep swimming so you don't have to be controlled and you get to be in control. There is light on the other side of the tunnel. I've had Medicaid for years. And yeah, it was a transition to have to pay for it's a transition. I'm not gonna lie, it's a transition to have to pay for your own insurance. But what people don't realize is at your job, do you see how much you pay a month in insurance? You pay a lot of money. You just don't see it. You just don't pay the bill. And so you could easily pay that to somebody else and be in control of your life. Anyways, that's a whole nother conversation. Anybody? I'm gonna close it out. Sorry, I'm over 11 minutes. 70 going diamond. Y'all ain't got nothing. I'm gonna pray. It's gonna be great. Terry, let's go executive. Let's get it on and popping. All y'all on here. Robin going diamond. Who else? Jokel. You going diamond or you going emerald? You going diamond. Sierra going emerald. Right? Yeah. Yeah. I see y'all. Emily going ruby. Yes. Miss Linda knocking off that ruby. Yep. Tamika, you going ruby? Yeah. I don't know everybody's. Miss Shania, what you going? You going emerald this month? Or you just locking in that ruby? You going emerald? Yeah. Miss Jackie going emerald. You know, I don't know everybody's, but yep. Shout yourself out. Let's pray. Yeah. Oh, you going diamond, okay? Let's go. All right. Yes, that's right. That's right. All right, let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, God, we just love you. We thank you for this space and this time. We thank you for your presence. We thank you for your heart, your love, just being our God, just being so amazing. And God, even today, thank you for loving us despite our imperfections. We really appreciate it and just guiding us and putting this company before us so that we can truly understand that we are powerful. You instill power within us to utilize this tool by way of it works so that we can truly change our lives and take our power back. God, you've put this before us for a reason. You desire for us to be free financially. You desire for us to be free in our spirit, in our mind, in our heart, in our body. And so we are not taking that lightly. And we're going forth throughout this week. God bless the seeds that we planted. We're here for the harvest. We're here to do the work. We're here to do the things. And so God, encourage us, strengthen us with your righteous right hand as we go forth. God, I even pray over people who want to promote early, God, if they're willing to put in the work and do the things that they are supposed to do. God, just send it, floodgates, open the floodgates of heaven, God, let it rain. Let it rain. We're here for the rain. We're here for the work. We're here for the harvest. So we just love you and appreciate you and thank you in advance. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Peace out, y'all.